Hello everyone, name's Jalisa, JJ Movie Teacher Shashkin Reviews everybody. Right now I want to give you my top 5 Mission Impossible movies. Now here's the thing everybody, I've seen all the Mission Impossible movies from Mission Impossible 1 to Rogue Nation, so there's been 5 Mission Impossible movies, and in my humble opinion, none of these films are bad. But there are ones that are weaker than the others, but they're all, in my opinion, very good entertainment popcorn theater film. You should definitely go check out the Mission Impossible franchise. If you've not seen any of the films, go check it out. Buy the set that I just did, or just rent it. Whatever you do, just watch these films because these films are good spy action thrillers and they're just awesome. So let's start off with the worst of the bunch. And what I mean by worst is not a bad film. It's Mission Impossible 2, number 5. And here's the thing. Everyone seems to hate Mission Impossible 2 or seems to have a great disdain for this film. To me, I think it gets a lot of hate for no reason. I actually enjoy Mission Impossible 2. Mission Impossible 2 has a rogue agent from IMF. His name is Sean Ambrose, and basically he's trying to get a whole bunch of money to get a Chimera virus. Chimera virus is basically a biological weapon that could be used against other countries. So he's trying to get that thing so he could have only an antidote so he could sell it to highest bidder. Basically typical villain stuff. And it had this little James Bond feel to it because there's an agent. He must stop the evil of the man, and then he has this girl that's going to be a double agent with him. And I actually do enjoy the actress that's in this one, Miss Hall or Neon Hall. I actually enjoy her as a character, and I just enjoy her in a relationship with Ethan Hunt. Yes, it's like a typical action thriller movie. A girl must help the guy, and then the guy goes eventually with the girl at the end, and it's very typical. It's very cliche movie of Mission Impossible, but overall, I don't hate this film. I thought the action scenes were awesome. I like the final fight scene at the end with Sean Ambrose. I like the whole. I like the locations. I like the action. It adds some good storytelling. Yes, some things that were dragged along, especially with the little love story bits. But Mission Impossible 2, I do not hate this film. I'll never hate this film. I'll go back to this film sometimes because I enjoy Mission Impossible 2. It's not a bad film. To me, it's a B minus film. Granted, could this film it had a little pace issue, but for the most part, it was a good film, and I'm not gonna hate this film. I think this is basically gets a lot of hate for no good reason, like many other films throughout. But Mission Impossible 2 to me is a good B minus film. It's a like I said, it's a B minus film. It's my least favorite of all the Mission Impossible movies. But yeah, it's number 5 on our list. So Mission Impossible 2, number 5. My fourth, and everyone's gonna hate me for this one, for being so freaking low. Number 4 is another Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. What? That was that one where they destroyed a Kremlin. That little how they got Ethan Hunt out of freaking a Russian jail. Well, here's the thing. I enjoy Ghost Protocol, I really do. But here's the thing. None of the characters besides Benji and Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, felt needed. It felt. I'm just stunned because when I was watching this movie, a lot of these characters, such as Jeremy Renner's character and that female character that they had in this one, they just felt out of place for their characters to me. It wasn't until later when I saw Rogue Nation that I was like, you know what, Jeremy Renner, yeah, you're into this franchise. I agree with this one. This is the only film that doesn't have Luther, which is a sad crime. And also, what's really this film about? Oh, well, a crazy Russian guy is planning to start a nuclear war. That's basically what is it. And it's just really, what this movie brought to Mission Impossible was crazy ass stunts, crazy ass action, and it was enjoyable. The action scenes were enjoyable, special effects was enjoyable, but what it lacked was its villain. The villain was so lackluster. The villain, you could have blinked and you could have missed the villain. I think the villain says hardly less than 15 words. That is terrible for any movie if your main villain doesn't even speak for hardly any 15 words. He's just crazy. We're just going to assume he's a crazy guy that wants to start a nuclear war. So it happens, but I guess we'll just accept it. We'll accept it because we had some crazy cool ass stunts, as you see in the back of me. They have crazy cool ass stunts. I'll show you right here for what they had in this one, where Tom Cruise actually climbed that thing right over there. Sorry, in freaking Egypt, and he just climbed one of those big skyscrapers. And I thought it was freaking amazing how Tom Cruise still performs to this day for action stunts. And yeah, for Ghost Protocol, it was freaking pretty good. But the problem is with Ghost Protocol, the IMF has been disbanded, the secretary has been killed, and so what's the what's the real point? I mean, like, if they're gonna be hunted down, they had this idea like they're rogues now, that they're gonna be hunted down by their own government. We didn't really see that only a little bit. Where was the government when they were at the freaking Egypt and they were stealing all that stuff for nuclear codes and all that stuff? Where was this government of? Where's the other IMF agents that are in hiding? It just focused on these four characters, which is quite interesting. But I would like to see a different take. But for Ghost Protocol, I enjoyed this film. It's a good fun. I gave it a 8.3 out of 10. I liked it slightly better than Mission Impossible 2 just because it had some great stunts, great special effects, and just a lot of cool stunts that you never did see before. And yeah, Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol got Mission Impossible back on the map for movies. And yeah, I enjoyed Ghost Protocol. You should really check it out. Number 4. But it's slightly overrated. A lot of people seem to love that film for many, many reasons. My third favorite of the Mission Impossible franchise is Mission Impossible 3. Philip Seymour Hoffman, the late great Philip Seymour Hoffman. This was his villain role, and I thought he was fantastic as a villain in this one. He goes against Ethan Hunt. Ethan Hunt is basically going through the different times. You see him getting settled. He's getting married. Had that white picket fence and all that stuff. He's going through that duty, but he's duty bound to the woman that he loves, to this normal life he has, to the agency that he has, and to avenge a former agent. And it's really just a cat and mouse game. What's gonna happen? The stunts were awesome. The Philip Seymour Hoffman, again as the villain, was fucking amazing. Lauren Fishburne was awesome in this one. I enjoyed most of the characters. Luther was good. I like Maggie Q, Jonathan Rhys Meyers, even though those actors are very good. They didn't use them to their full potential. But overall, this was a great film. I love how they went to Rome. And it was funny how they were speaking in Italian. It was just a very good, funny movie. They went to China. I mean, there were so many great stunts that they'd done before, and I just loved every single moment of it. Mission Impossible 3 had some good action scenes. It really brought the characteristics of who Ethan Hunt's character is, his wife, and what's going to play later on in his near future, and how he struggles with both the normality of him living a normal life and how he's an agent. So yeah, Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible 3, love this film. 9 out of 10. It's an A- film. Number 3. And my number 2 pick is going to be Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, the newest Mission Impossible movie. And here's the thing, I never really give a film a high standard when it comes to like so many other sequels. I never say, oh man, this is the greatest one, because it just recently come out. But this one really blew me away. They had a great female protagonist. I mean, Ilsa, double agent. This character. This is what Mission Impossible did. They gave us a great villain, played by Sean Harris, who's from The Borgias, which I'm a big fan of. He's played Solomon Lane. He basically runs the anti-IMF organization run by the British government, technically speaking, and they're just the syndicate. And they're just gonna wipe out everything all across America. And Sean Harris is just brutal. He's, even though we don't see his hands getting really dirty. Philip Seymour Hoffman's still my favorite Mission Impossible villain, but Sean Harris did a great job as Solomon Lane. Solomon Lane he's one of the few villains probably in movie history to not get killed at the end of a movie. And him and Ethan Hunt, this cat and mouse game, who's gonna catch who first, is amazing. I love Ilsa. I thought she was great with Ethan Hunt. I would like to see where they're going to go on. I would like to see her in the new movie, because to me, all the characters fit well. Unlike Ghost Protocol, I think Jeremy Renner had a greater stand in this one. He's like, I just really like how he's a peacekeeper in all that sense, and how he's negotiating with the CIA and the IMF, and he's like, I cannot reveal. And it's just really awesome. Benji's back. He's great as well. Simon Pegg, awesome. Luther. It's just a feel-good, fun movie. Every single character is needed. The locations are great. Is the battle anticlimactic? Yes, it is. But overall, I enjoy Rogue Nation. I thought this was a great film. 9.3 out of 10. I just thought Rogue Nation blew me out of the park with its cinematography, with its action, with its straight-up filmmaking. I just enjoyed this film. Granted, I feel like they could have done like a little better, like infiltrating the place, the typical stuff, no Missions Impossible and all that stuff to infiltrate a place. And even though I like how they infiltrate the Kremlin and Rogue Nation, in Ghost Protocol more than Rogue Nation, I just found this film to be overall better filmed with a better cast, a better villain, and better cinematography. This film, Rogue Nation, was just to me an awesome film. Number 2 on the list. Sorry about that. And my number 1 favorite of all the Mission Impossible movies, and I'm a diehard fan of Mission Impossible, is Mission Impossible 1. This is the first Mission Impossible movie. I just loved it because it's the amount of storytelling, the twists, the turns, the betrayals, the side characters, the main characters. All these characters were awesome in this entire freaking movie. I just loved every single moment of this. To me, it had some of the best moments of the Mission Impossible franchise. It was a first of many cases, but it had some of the best casting, some of the best work. I mean, I just loved the storytelling of Mission Impossible 1. To me, none of these films of the past 4 Mission Impossible movies have beaten Mission Impossible 1 for me. I gave this film like a 9.4, 9.5. The only one that comes close to it right now is Rogue Nation. Rogue Nation gives it a good run for its money for its female protagonist and a great villain also. But for Mission Impossible, number 1, nothing could beat it for me. It's my favorite one of all the Mission Impossible movies. So yeah, everyone, that's my top 5 Mission Impossible movies. Again, my 5th favorite is Mission Impossible 2. 4th favorite is Ghost Protocol. 3rd is Mission Impossible 3. And Mission Impossible Rogue Nation is number 2. And number 1 is Mission Impossible 1. And I grade all of them like Mission Impossible 2 is a B- film. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol is a B film. Mission Impossible 3 is an A- film. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation and freaking Mission Impossible 1 are A films to me. I just am amazed at how much I enjoy Mission Impossible. I am amazed at how Tom Cruise could still perform all these stunts. I just adore and respect Tom Cruise for what he has done for this franchise. And yeah, I'm a big Mission Impossible fan. I'm turning into a pretty dang great fan of this franchise. But yeah, everyone, again, subscribe if you like the screen down the bottom. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Respect my opinion. I respect yours. And just leave logical comments. Just tell me what's your opinion. What's your worst favorite Mission Impossible movie? What is your top 5 Mission Impossible movies? Alright, everyone. It's Lee signing off. Everybody. Bye.